So, do you want to go on a date?
Ooh.
Wow.
Madison's only into guys that don't want anything to do with her. That's why she had a crush on me for like 8 months.
Women feel everything, and they know when you're actually attracted to them versus when you just want to conquer them. They know it. You may look at Madison Beer and be like, look at that bone structure, it's perfect, beautiful from every angle, every place. She knows that there's a real person on the inside. She's a normal girl, right? She didn't control that. Just like I didn't control this big honking nose or these big fat weird Italian lips. And when she gets to hang out with a guy that is attracted to the inside and the outside of her, that is when she actually goes, oh wow, this guy isn't just trying to conquer me. He's actually interested in me. He actually is really attracted to me. He actually feels something when he sees the real me. He's not swayed by just some hair toss that I do. He's not swayed by just some hot TikTok videos that I put out. He is actually attracted to who I am as a person, body, and soul.
I'm not gonna respond. David liked my photos in 2012.
Okay.
She's acknowledging that there is a side of David that is attracted to her facade too, partly, or was. But the truth is, once they met, once they started hanging out, Madison realized that he's not like that completely. What I'm seeing right there is Madison is showing a side of herself to David that usually girls are not showing to other guys. Why? Because Madison knows that David doesn't give a shit about her facade. David is mostly interested in the real person. That's why everybody loves David. That's why you could see Madison is so free and uninhibited with David. She trusts that he is going to be chill with that weird side of her. When you pull that out of him, they go, wow, this person isn't just impressed by my facade. Yeah, he may be attracted to me, but he really wants to see all of me. That is a high standards person.
I'm hideous.
Now, what do most people do, and they do it wrong? They go, oh, I'm gonna show that I'm not impressed by this person. And then they put down the facade. They crap on the facade. They insult the person's facade or hot side or strengths or the side that they are proud to put out to the world. That is just as bad as clamoring for the facade. This is what I call the best friend dynamic. When you treat women, or women when you treat men, just like your best friend, while showing your interest in them, while showing your attraction to them, that is when you have the most potential for hooking up.
David, have you ever taken Madison on a date?
I have not.
Why not? I don't understand. You guys get along so good. I mean, this is a slam dunk here, the two of you.
Where would we go?
That's your job.
Thank you, Jason.
Y'all know that David does not like putting this out in the open, his interest, the possibility for dating out in the open. It's just not his vibe. And so I like that Jason put this out in the open between the two of them.
There's no way you got caught in the middle of the lake.
Why is that no way?
You know where you got caught?
People patrol,
you know where you got caught?
Like patrol people on lakes.
Can I tell you exactly where you got caught?
Where?
You got caught like at the door of your cabin where you're about to leave.
I was
and then
in
you
the
explained
canoe.
to them what you were doing. But over the years,
In the canoe.
you have made that story better, and you're believing
honestly,
it.
Maybe. Honestly, that's a possibility.
Over the years, you've lied to yourself
also
about
when
the story.
I was like maybe 12 years old.
Right,
so.
right. There's
But
no way you got caught in the middle of the lake.
My memory.
Okay, so what David is doing right now is he's playing that best friend dynamic. He's being real with her. He's saying, yeah, that's bullcrap. You didn't really do that. Let me tell you what you really did. He's not making her feel uncomfortable for what she just said. Madison knows that she could trust anything with David because that's David's personality. David will tease you, but he won't judge you.
Because I have stories exactly like that where like over the years, I've added little bits
details.
to it,
I feel you.
and now it's my truth. Like now I don't know the story in any other way.
That could be true.
I feel like I embellished some of those stories. So do you want to go on a date?
Ooh.
Wow, that was actually pretty big because I was assuming that David was gonna avoid the situation and just try to play it off, move to another topic really quick without anybody noticing. So that was pretty big.
Are we gonna go canoeing?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want. I don't know.
You have to plan this.
What is a date?
Listen,
really, I was thinking about this. Like, what is a date?
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, Madison kind of like shut up. She kind of quieted down. She kind of got a little more like backed up. She's like, yeah, you have to plan it. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if she was like, whoa, he's getting real now, so I don't want to like show my true interest, or that could mean she's getting shy and she's like, whoa, this is real. Like, holy crap.
Do you not know what a date is?
No, Madison, explain to me what a date is.
I think a date can be many things. I think a date is a romantic.
I mean, sounds like she wants to go canoeing, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Who are you texting right now?
No one.
Okay.
So it sounds like we're going canoeing.
I'll go on a date with you. Yeah, I will.
Madison,
Don't say it like that.
No,
like it's a chore.
No, it's not a chore.
It's like, all right, Jason convinced me.
Are you gonna film it?
Of course he's gonna fucking.
Am I allowed to film it?
Next vlog title is literally gonna be "I take Madison Beer on a date."
Do you want
click
me
on that.
Can I film it? Or is it like weird?
So then it gets less serious. Why? They're talking about filming it. He starts asking her, what is a date? But basically what he's doing is he's trying to get her to engage because he probably saw that she backed up a little bit. Also when he goes, who are you texting? Meaning that she was probably on her phone, probably getting awkward about the situation. This is interesting. I've never seen this side of David where he's actually getting serious about being interested in somebody.
Now, Madison, as a girl, when he like starts to like talk about a date and then he goes, by the way, can I bring my camera and film this shit? Does that like turn you off?
I think it makes it disingenuous for sure.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how his mother feels.
I do.
Okay, no, I'm only saying that I bring my camera because
I think there's moments you can capture, especially because we already have like a public friendship. But I think that like
right,
if it was
I'd
like
never
a
bring my
random
camera
girl,
on a date with a random girl.
I'd be like, that to
that's
me
what,
seems like
that's what I was
gonna
say. I was like, the only reason I bring
the way Madison's responding right now shows that she's actually taking this seriously. She's like, listen, you could bring your camera and you could film a little bit, but it's inauthentic if you film the whole thing. I like that.
I wouldn't do that.
I'd do something special.
I'm like, I cannot picture David.
No, I wouldn't do that. I do cute stuff in my own way, but I would not do like wine and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Especially because David and I both are sober.
Like,
So the wine would be emptied into the ocean.
It has to be something that I like. Like, I'll
Something
build
Madison likes.
Like, I'll build a fort. You like forts?
Pillow fort? Like a blanket fort?
Yeah, I'm not stupid. What kind of other fort would you have?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll do
Forts are
it.
tough because the ground is hard.
Huh?
Forts
Bro,
are tough.
nah,
'cause the
and we can
ground
get
is
one of my
hard.
little star projectors that I have in my room.
No,
and
but
put it
I
in
would
that
get a
shit.
bunch of blankets.
Yeah, make a huge.
What do you expect out of a first date?
I expect nothing, and I think the only dates that I've ever actually thoroughly enjoyed have been ones with like that are actually like fun and are things that I enjoy doing. Like interesting.
At the end of every,
like going to dinner is great and all,
Great.
but like it just gets boring, and I'm just like, let's do something fun.
yeah, would you rather prefer like a drive-through, like we go get something like fast and then we go out, or like do you?
Go out, like go clubbing or something.
No, like go out and do an activity, or would you rather want to go like to
Yeah.
a sit-down dinner, like Olive Garden?
No, I'd rather probably do like an activity.
Do you think Madison Beer wants to go to Olive Garden?
I was waiting
Jesus
for
Christ,
that.
man.
I would rather build a fort and put a star projector in there and.
The cool thing that's happening right now is Madison Beer, one of the most beautiful pop stars right now, is able to sit down with a guy that knows how to bring the real personality out in women and show her nerdy side, show her, just show her. This is teaching you that to get to the real side of a woman, to get to the real side of a man, don't just approach them from their facade. Everybody else approaches them with at maybe a club or a party. This shows you that real attraction happens with that best friend dynamic first. And then when you're there, show you're not afraid of showing your attraction. Show you're not afraid of asking them out on a date. Now that was surprising to me, to see that David was able to say, hey, let's get back to the date. Everybody talks about it. What keeps you out of the friend zone in this best friend dynamic? First of all, friend zone is incredibly rare. It's just not often that a nerdy, kind of losery guy that doesn't have much friends makes friends with a really pretty girl and they hang out and they become best friends, and then those two end up never dating. That's movies, okay? However, what is the difference between friends in this best friend dynamic, just friends, and actually attracted to each other, dating, doing more serious things? It is expressing your attraction, expressing your interest in that person beyond just friends. David was able to exemplify this almost perfectly.
Madison, do you have somebody that you have your eye on right now?
Not really.
No?
Wow,
My
that's-
music.
It's incredibly
Just your music?
My music.
convenient
my
how we're
life.
both just super single.
Yeah.
Are you open to dating right now?
I'm loving this. I've never seen this side of David before. I keep saying it, but it's really surprising me.
I'm never the kind of person who's like, I refuse to have. If something comes that I feel like is right, then I'm never opposed to it. But at the same time, I'm not like particularly looking for anything.
Right. That's how I am.
I don't think looking for things is healthy. I think it's how you get yourself in a bad situation because you have false feelings for people when you're like avidly looking for a boyfriend.
That's so interesting what Madison just said, if you heard it. You get into false feelings for a person when you're actively looking for a relationship. This is what I try to teach to my students and my clients all the time. When you're so focused on getting somebody, you get hypnotized into them being so much more grand and amazing than they really might be to you if you otherwise just saw them as a normal person. When you are looking for a relationship so badly, what happens? You try to put on your best self, you try to hide all of your insecurities, all your anxieties, all of your vulnerabilities, all of the things where a person could potentially reject you. What does that do? It encourages the other person to do the exact same. And two people coming together with a facade, it is not gonna end well because you don't know the real side of that person. Boom! Good on you, Maddie.
I feel like there's just a difference when you're in an actual committed long-term relationship versus like a thing for 2 months.
What was
With
the
Liza,
thing?
it took me a couple months just to be like, okay, and it took us both a couple months to be like, yeah, let's date. Like we have to really get to know each other,
Be comfortable with each other.
Yeah, and that's why I don't understand the people that like date someone for like 3 months. Like, shouldn't you have already known it wasn't going to work?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, how are you 3 months in and you're realizing so soon that this person isn't
For
like,
you.
the right fit for you?
Well, now that I'm hearing this, what David says, this is really informative about him. I previously just thought that he's just more interested in having fun, not really about relationships that much. But now I'm learning he actually has a good head on his shoulders when it comes to relationships. You heard him right there. I don't have to re-explain it.
Like I also have a very like intuitive personality where I feel like I'm just like good on picking up on like who I click with and who I don't.
Well, listen, I'm down to clown.
I'm on Amazon
So
right now,
romantic.
David. I found a canoe.
Oh, you really want me to do
Should we
this?
get it?
Yeah, sure.
It's
order it.
$269.
Madison, can you split this
How
with
much do canoes go for these days?
me? Madison, can you bundle me for this canoe?
I like how David still keeps that best friend dynamic going. Hey, Madison, you gonna split with this with me? I know he's just joking, and maybe he is the chivalrous type of guy, but the fact that he is playful about her splitting it shows that, listen, it's not time for me to start courting you, to start giving you roses and reading you poems. I'm gonna be exactly who I am, and you're still gonna be exactly who you are, because that's why we like each other in the first place.
Guys, well, that's all the time we have for today. Madison and I have to go and
We have some canoeing to
If you
do.
guys want to see David and Madison go on a canoe date, tweet David, tweet Madison. Let them know, because I'd like to see it. I think it's pretty cute.
I'll go on a date with Madison. Like, I know I'm not just saying that like in like a oh I have to, but be like, that'd be pretty interesting to get to know Madison.
I think you know me pretty well.
I can tell that she's interested in you.
Are you interested in me?
You know I've had a crush on you. Let's not have to revisit this every
Right,
time.
he's
we
asking.
speak.
I think yeah.
I think
yeah.
we've all known this.
You never really know if somebody's interested. All of this is speculation. From me, it's just a little bit better speculation, but it's still speculation. But from the sounds of it, it really does sound like Madison really does have a crush on David. It doesn't sound like she's just playing. With that Wolfie Cindy girl from that one clip in one of David's vlogs, it looked like she was just playing around with David, saying, David, you know I like you, or whatever, or you don't find me attractive. I honestly thought it was all bullcrap. I don't think that she's really into David. I think she just wanted the clout. I think she just wanted the views. But here with Madison, it really does sound like she's actually interested in him. Aside from just his personality, also his ambition, his sense of purpose, his realness with people, his playfulness. I mean, everything about him, I'm sure that you also love about David as well. So yeah, I do believe it.
I got the feeling that she had a crush on you, but was over it. But now she just said she still does.
I think
I'm just curious if it's, if this light is still on.
Okay, what Jason's doing right now could either be good or bad for them. I mean, when you analyze and pull something apart in a lab so much, it could take away that spark that two people have. So I don't know if this is good that he's kind of pushing them together like this. It could be great. It certainly happened to me when I was in 6th grade in my first kiss. There was this older guy that was like pushing me and my crush together, and it actually worked out. But it could also be kind of like ruining that spark of will it happen, will it not happen? But I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I think with having crushes on people, I think like I had a crush on Madison, like a huge crush. I mean, I talked about that, but I don't think that's anything that like ever goes away. I think that's like that can be like
I would agree.
relit. It's like a candle, you could blow it out, but you can relight that bitch at any moment.
Yeah.
But
until the wick is gone.
But like all candles, the wick does disappear.
Exactly. That's why this.
But then you can pour the wax all over your hand, and it's even more fun because now you're ready to go out.
Now we got sexy time.
I don't know why you like this guy, Madison.
Honestly, my brain is wired very strangely.
Can I pour wax all over you?
No, David.
Oh, like that movie, 50 Shades?
No, well, I saw it in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh. Wolf of Wall Street, where
she's pouring wax all over his back. What's the kinkiest thing you've ever done in the bedroom?
David.
You said I could say whatever I wanted. You literally said
I don't know.
What's the kinkiest thing you've ever done?
When you are in that best friend dynamic with somebody, it is totally okay to talk about sex. In fact, it's better to talk about sex when you're in the best friend dynamic, because that is when both of you are so open and trusting of each other and supportive of each other that this topic doesn't become taboo or weird anymore or creepy. So what David's doing right here, great.
The kinkiest thing I've ever done, I don't know.
David doesn't know what the word kinky means.
That is so wrong.
It's very offensive to the BDSM community to use the word kinky.
Okay, what's the kinkiest thing you've ever done, fucking
I don't
queen
know
of kink?
tell you.
Yeah.
Because you know what actually is a fun fact? It's when to talk about a sexual experience you've had, you should have consent from both people who partaked in it to talk about it.
Okay, you can tell people what we did. I don't care.
What did we do?
Madison's pretty quick-witted. I didn't realize this. I actually don't know much about her personality, so this podcast is really telling.
Listen, we don't have to get into the kinks because Madison doesn't want to share it, and I know she's not a kinky person.
Right now, that's great. So David's challenging her with that.
I always say to David, I go, why don't you date Madison? I don't understand.
What's his answer?
He'll be like, I don't know.
He just like starts spazzing out. He's like,
vlog.
Jonah, where's Jonah?
Where's Jonah?
he's also the master of not answering.
Yes,
so
I agree.
He just doesn't answer you.
He's the best at beating around a bush until you like go on a new subject and then you don't forget the question.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying before, which is why I'm so surprised that David was pushing the topic before.
Yeah, but how are her back scratches?
I wouldn't
My
know.
back scratches? Have you seen these nails, dog?
I know, I've been looking at them all day because I've literally just been thinking about how good those back scratches would be.
I'm the best.
Good back scratch is the best.
Well, tune in next podcast when I fill you guys in on how exactly those back scratches went.
This is David talking about them potentially getting physical in the future, but he does it in a playful way. This is the difference between friend zone and the best friend dynamic. Friend zone, the guy or the girl is so afraid of getting rejected that they don't bring up their interest, attraction, or potential intimacy between each other whatsoever. That's how you get in the friend zone. Best friend dynamic is when you treat that person like your best friend while showing your elevated interest for them, your attraction for them. Big difference. Next, a lot of people talk about how David is popular and he's rich. And listen, I just don't believe that. Madison's a pop star, okay? She could be dating like legitimate celebrities. She could be dating movie stars. She could be dating other musicians. There's no reason why she has to be hanging out with a vlogger, a YouTuber. Now listen, yeah, he's a really big one, but there's also other really big ones. I genuinely think that it's because David has that classic charm.
So there's dating rumors going on. You're dating Madison Beer, you're dating Addison. Who are you dating? Like, the internet wants to know.
I'm still trying to pick.
Karina?
I'm definitely
you're still trying to pick.
Karina's cool, but like I've known her for too long. But no, I don't know. I'm not dating anybody.
Okay.
So lame.
Yeah.
But I like everybody I hang out with a lot, and we're like also super close.
Yeah.
Karina's a little too close to all of us, but it's fun.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, what I think he just said about Corinna is true, that, you know, maybe they have a little chemistry, but in reality, I think they just know each other so well, and I think they're kind of just over it in terms of the possibility of dating. That being said, I haven't watched like real interactions between them in the vlogs, so I'm gonna do another vlog with David and Corinna soon. Excited about that. So all in all, what is my take on David and Madison Beer? I think they're both into each other. I really do. I also think that they truly are just the type of people that are not rushing to get into a relationship. And remember, these guys are young, they're in their early 20s. David already had a 2-year relationship with Liza. He's young. David is taking his time. Madison is taking her time. Do I think they'll actually get into a relationship? Hard to say. Do I think they'll actually go on that date? I do. Do I think that they will kiss or hook up? Yeah. I just think they will. Whether they talk about it or not publicly, I don't know. Will they get into a serious relationship? Listen, these two people are remarkably similar. I'm finding that out too. What could happen is they could end up dating, they could end up hooking up a little bit, they could not be telling anybody, or they could be, and then it might fizzle out. And that's how a lot of relationships happen. Nothing has to get into a serious relationship and they live happily ever after. A lot of people can connect with a lot of people. David is gonna connect with a lot more women. Madison is probably gonna connect with a lot more men. Who knows? It is wishful thinking to think that they'd get into a relationship because honestly, they're pretty cute. It would be really dope to see them together. In this corner, if you'd like to see my reaction to David Dobrik and Natalina Noel in their Glamour Best Friend interview, just click right over there. But if you see yourself as more of a philosophical, deep type of girl or gal, well, feel free to click on my deep, in-depth analysis of David Dobrik right here, where I go into exactly why people find him so charming, attractive, and loved.